It's time now for a look at the latest in local news. In the news, the Wayne County Commissioners met Thursday in a special called board meeting for a work session, a regular meeting to once again discuss and take action on the several items that were tabled at their regular monthly board meeting. This meeting took place in Courtroom C. Hot topic that continued Thursday night was the item of considering and approving to have the citizens of Wayne County elect a countywide chairman for the Wayne County Commissioners. As expected, another 3-2 vote. Commissioner Thomas stating Thursday evening it was simply a waste of taxpayers' money. Herschel hires the chairman, saying simply that Wayne County citizens will vote for the chairman in a year and a half, referring to the countywide elections of the county commissioners, which comes up at that time. Both commissioners, Ralph Hickox and Kevin McCreary, simply want the voters to decide. Here was part of the discussion Thursday, with the discussion ending with the 3-2 vote against the motion.
I realize you've been in there a long time, and that's fine. But 2 years ago, we got into the situation where we were $8 million in the hole. That's why we went up to 38% on the taxes. I think if you had an elected chair, you would have a second opinion on that and somebody looking through it to make sure that that was not happening, so that you got to the point where you were $8 million and you could actually stop the misspending or shifting or whatever happened to get us $8 million in the hole. I think if you had another person looking over it and that was elected by the entire county, they would definitely trust that person and be able to get that person to come in and look over it and double check and make sure we didn't get in that situation again.
Commissioner, I disagree with you on that, because what you're talking about is what I do with the countywide chairman. You're looking for an assistant administrator. And being a chairman won't have anything to do with that. First of all, there was no money misspent. That was proven through numerous accounts of ACCG and GBI. Then the next thing is that there was no overspending. We were in the shape we were in was because everybody that runs for county commission, I run to cut taxes. I never see anybody. The budget in my house, inflation, it increases every year. My budget don't decrease, so and we were all a part of that. We were in the shape we're in because at some time or another we didn't raise the taxes when we should have, or we didn't cut services when we should have. That's up to the public what services they want. So that's part of it. We were in a meeting with Luther, Ralph, and Ralph told us we were going to have to raise the millage. Luther told us we were going to have to raise the millage. You said we're not raising the millage. You need to figure it out. So he did.
Pull minutes on that.
Huh?
Pull minutes on that.
That was a meeting in his office. I don't know if there's any minutes taken. I know I was there.
Okay. You don't bring false words.
All right. Well, I'm sure.
You pull the minutes on that.
I'm sure you have an issue on that.
Okay.
I'm sure I didn't say that. And as far as the budget you said, you're right. You're the longest serving commissioner. 92, you said. And have you ever voted against the budget? So you're telling us, so it's been, all those years you said how it's going out of control. Did you vote against them?
So what we're doing now, we're talking about a budget that's got something to do with the chairman.
No, you criticized me on that.
All right, we're getting off topic. We're getting off topic. We have an item on the agenda to discuss, consider, approve, to elect the countywide chairman. If there is no motion on that, I am going to move on.
I make a motion that we put on the ballot and let the people decide whether or not they want to countywide elect the chairman.
Okay.
I second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any more discussion? Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Hickox?
Yes.
Commissioner Hires?
No.
Commissioner McCreary?
Yes.
Commissioner Roberts?
No.
Commissioner Thomas?
No.
And once again, the discussion and the vote, again, no surprise, a 3-2 vote with, again, Commissioner Ralph Hickox and Kevin McCreary voting for, and Chairman Herschel Hires, James Thomas, and Mike Roberts voting against. The discussion was a lot longer. We'll let you hear more of the discussion on Monday's newscast. Another action, the board approved the service delivery strategy, something that's been worked on for several months, has to be approved every 10 years by the state of Georgia, has to be submitted to the state by the end of the month, an agreement between the county and the 3 cities of Odom, Scriven, and Jesup. Again, approved by all government agencies, now on its way to Atlanta for final approval. There's a lot more discussed at the county meeting. We'll come back, take a look at that, an actual 5-0 vote and a 4-1 vote. We'll come back, look at those items after this word from our sponsor. Other commercial messages, so please stay tuned. More from the Wayne County Commissioners meeting last night. The Commissioners approved a resolution to establish a Public Works Authority on a 4-1 vote, with Commissioner Kevin McCrary voting against. McCrary saying that the way to fund the future courthouse complex should be secured before setting up an authority. All commissioners, though, were on the same page when it came to making certain the commissioners will not utilize the Wayne County Public Facilities Authority as a funding mechanism for any capital construction projects until the current GO bonds for the hospital is paid off and a new SPLOST referendum is approved in June of 2024, unless such funding is deemed necessary by a 4-1 vote by the current commission. Once again, this authority has to be approved by the General Assembly. Commissioners wanted to have the resolution sent to Atlanta so this General Assembly can approve it. McCrary felt like the commissioners needed to simply wait to have funding before setting up the authority, and the vote went 4-1 in favor of the resolution. Board then voted 5-0 to set up a Wayne County Altamaha River and Leisure Services Authority. This also has to be approved by the legislature. This authority would be in charge of J.C. Landing, the Upper County Landing, Oglethorpe, a.k.a. Pig Farm Landing. It would be a 7-member board with each commissioner selecting 1 member and 2 at-large members. This authority would be in charge of operating the landing, the bait shop, a possible restaurant, ecotourism. It would be able to acquire grants and receive donations. Once again, this passed on a 5-0 vote. And let's look at your Thursday's called County Commissioners meeting. On Wednesday in Wayne County Superior Court, Director Randall Miller avoided jail time for breaching his probation order. Miller, the director of the film Midnight Rider, which ended in tragedy here in Wayne County as Sarah Jones lost her life on that set. Miller was convicted of involuntary manslaughter of the death of his camera assistant, Sarah Jones. On Wednesday in court, Superior Court Judge Anthony Harrison ruled that while Miller violated the terms of his probation, he did so unintentionally and ruled that he should not go back to prison. After spending less than a year in the Wayne County Jail following Jones's death on the set of The Midnight Rider, Miller was released in 2016 to serve the rest of his sentence on probation in the state of California, where he resides. Last June, the state of Georgia brought an action against Miller for breaching the terms of his probation by directing another movie during his 10-year sentence. The hearing Wednesday here in Wayne County was to determine whether Miller violated the terms of that probation and whether he did so willfully or by mistake. Miller, who resides in California, appeared in court by video conference, told the judge that he believed he was allowed to work as a director on the advice of his California probation officer, so he claims any violation was simply a mistake. Judge Harrison eventually agreed, but in doing so removed all doubt over the terms of the probation, stating that in the future, Miller simply cannot work as a director or first assistant director or be in charge of safety during the 10-year sentence. The order will be reworded to remove any uncertainty. John B. Johnson, the former assistant DA and former prosecutor of the case, was at the hearing. He says there is no dispute over the fact that Miller broke the terms of his sentence. Johnson said at the time of his original sentence that Miller understood the terms of his sentence. He says everyone understood the terms. Miller's excuse now is simply an attempt to justify his violation of the court order. Sarah Jones' father, Richard Jones, was also at the Wednesday hearing. He says simply that Jones' family is simply very disappointed in the outcome of Wednesday's hearing. The decision was a blow for the Jones family and other victims of the 2014 accident. Joyce Gilliard, who was a hairstylist on the film and worked with Jones, was injured on the first day of the filming when that freight train slammed into the film set on that railroad trestle here in Wayne County. She was left with post-traumatic stress disorder and pain after reconstructive surgery necessary to repair a broken arm. Gilliard said that she wanted Miller to go to jail. She wanted him to serve the rest of his 10-year sentence behind bars. She closed by saying the hearing and ruling Wednesday is simply a bunch of BS. Jones' family is also asking the Directors Guild of America to expel Miller from the DGA. Spokesman for the DGA, Lily Bedrosian, says the Directors Guild of America is aware of Wednesday's court proceedings and is simply reviewing the matter. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor of the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes news: Wayne County Board of Education holding a called board meeting early this morning. Going to begin at 8 a.m. with Superintendent Jay Brinson. The purpose of the meeting is to tour the facilities of the school system. All 8 facilities will be visited by the board and the superintendent. 8 a.m. Wayne County High School, 8:30 Martha Puckett, and 9 a.m. James E. Bacon, 9:30 Martha Ross Smith, 10 a.m. Jesup Elementary, 10:30 Arthur Williams Middle School, 11 a.m. Scriven Elementary, 11:30 Odom Elementary. All that taking place today. A special call meeting by the board and the superintendent. Wayne County Board of Tourism's annual Hog Jam set for this weekend gets underway today, runs through Sunday. Again, if you need more information or to sign up, call the Tourism Board office at 427-3233. Again, the deadline is today at 6 p.m. And this Saturday, Girl Scouts will be out selling their cookies. Again, they're selling it every Saturday during the month of February. They're selling them at the 3 different locations. One is the Wayne County Farmers Market, one is Gooey's Pizza parking lot, and the other is Taco Bell parking lot. Again, they'll be there this Saturday. They've got 8 different kinds of cookies, the Lemon Ups, the Samoas, the Do-Si-Dos, the Thin Mints, the Toffee-tastic, Girl Scout s'mores, and Tagalongs, and the Treffles, $4 per box, except for the s'mores and the gluten-free Toffee-tastic. They're $6 per box. Again, cookies on sale this weekend here in Wayne County. That's going to do it for latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan, have a great day.